Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're going to do a production breakdown today of my track Your Love Feels Right off my new album Evolutions. Yeah, it's a UK garage inspired club banger. It kind of comes right at the peak of the album. It's a really good journey to get here, but when you're here, it's like, okay, let's have a party, let's have a vibe. It's kind of sexy, it's fun. And yeah, let's before we go through it, let's listen to it, and then after that, I'll go through all the different instruments, all the synths I use, the plugins, the production, the mixing, the mastering, all that kind of stuff, and the vocals, and we'll just have a look at everything, and hopefully you might learn something or be inspired or something. But anyway, let's listen to the track first so we know what we're working with.
To the things you do, girl, I'm obsessed with you. I never wanna leave your side. I can't deny this feeling. You got me living in a fantasy, wilder than the wildest dreams. Every time I see you smile, I feel my soul healing.
Pretty good. I love this song. It started out from like a live jam because I made the bass and was just like, oh, it's fun. At a lower tempo. Then I sped it up and I was like, oh, hang on a sec. There's something here. And then I wrote the vocals to the beat rather than a beat around the vocals. But anyway, let's start with the intro. I guess we've got a little garage beat in the intro. So yeah, this little garage beat is made up of kick drum, which is pretty basic, just a lot of high end, clap, synth clap, layered with claps from battery. One on the right, one on the left. No real crazy sound design on those. And then I've got these toms. Those toms are being masked in the sub of the bass. It's basically the bass line, but an octave up on toms. All of these synth, where it says synth, they're all using the Logic drum synth. I've got rolling hi-hats from the Logic drum synth with a little bit of LFO tool. I think, yeah, just a little bit of shaping to the phrase. I may have played these, yeah. But they're quantized. Cheeky hi-hat. Couple of different battery percussion things. Yeah, this is like a sort of shaker clap that happens to be a little bit early of the beat, but that second hit is kind of there to accentuate the claps. It's cool. It really adds a cool swing and feel to the beat. So yeah, those two perks plus these hats. Super simple. There's the toms too. So no crazy sound design on either of these things. I've just got on the percussion bus, grouping all these things here. I've got a little bit of drive and a little bit of presence and the clean tube setting. And the channel EQ is probably just for automation. Okay, so the other thing that's coming in here obviously is the sub. That's just a classic ES2 sub. The release way up. With the strings. It's just the other layers that I've got going on in the intro are this B3, which the filter effect is just coming from the EQ. Oh, it's a vibe, and it's being chord triggered. Yeah, it's just that -7/9 setting is just instant classic house vibes. So yeah, I've got that running on the B3, and then the MIDI is just the notes. And then the same thing is happening on this contact pad. I think it might be identical automation. I might have copied it across. If I was smart, I would have copied it across. They're both doing the same effect. This is like a contact patch, analog dreams, nothing crazy. The other automation I've got going on this is just a send cut so that at the drop it goes completely silent. Completely silent at the drop because we have that effect. Everything needs to come out completely. So I'm toying with the high cut frequency. I've got the realm dropping the send too. So the send to the delay channel is also dropping there. So there's just a few things happening to make sure everything comes to a complete silence before the drop. I've got these little vocal echoes as well in the intro. So I've already put a bit of effect on that before I bounced it down. There's like bit crush and a bunch of other things. This is just to kind of sit in the background. Okay, then there's some new elements that are about to come in here. So yeah, it's these harmony parts coming. But you can see here in this grouping, that's how I've panned them. So they come in, I think, with the Poly 6 and the organ together. It sounds really cool. really, really nice. There's not much crazy going on the mixing side, except on the group bus of all the harmonies together. There I've got EQ, and then a second, like there's a low cut EQ, and then this one is to boost the mids in the harmonies, just a bus to group them all together. De-esser, just in the beginnings, it's subtle. Soothe to take out a little bit. Sharpness and selectivity turned up. Depth turned down from the default preset. I'll play you what it's taken out. Pretty cool. Then this is just a sidechain, I think. Yeah. Sidechain to the kick. So that's all the things that are on the harmony group bus, which all of those four are going into. Poly 6 is just like contact patch. It's got a bunch of center to reverb and a bunch of center 1/4 delay, just to add that extra like. Just in the background, very subtle. So let's grab. Oh yeah. So we got some subtle automation coming on the cutoff filter on this one. You can hear it growing. And they kind of clash, but like they just complement each other. It's the similar sound, so they don't like, they kind of work together to be a cool thing. These are both silent, nothing too crazy. Nothing crazy in there. Just a little bit of reverb on the, actually a good amount of the built-in reverb. So how I get that drop is literally just, I basically recorded the whole album on this not great microphone. This chord isn't great. Occasionally you hear that buzz. And so that's just, I took that from a take of my microphone. It sounds like you're plugging in an instrument. But I tried pitching it. It's just out of pitch with the key. I tried pitching it down and it lost its like charm. So as I've got the bass soloed, I'll just start with that. It's 4 different sounds, upper sub, and I think I've done 2 subs, to upper sub and a lower sub. And then this one just to really cover off the low end. It's really low in the mix. One set 27, like 27 down, but it's there. It's, together, that's fat. This one is the main saw bass that you hear. So it's just a saw wave patch. So it's actually got quite a lot of cut off and quite a lot of the high end taken off. It's kind of cool. And then I've got the same sound, but as to create stereo effect. So it's got a little bit of bit crusher on it, and then it's being sent out wide by this imager. Only in the high end. Only, see, like in band 3, which is this band here, the 5K to 10K, and then the tiniest little bits of sizzle from 10K upwards, which results in these, like, you see them like these little artifacts out to the sides here. So that's just to make the bass like have presence somewhere in the mix without being muddy and wide in the low end. It's just like extra crispy and wide in the high end. That's what that extra channel is for. And it's like 36 minus 36 dB. It's super quiet, but you can hear the difference. This is with it on. It's cool. the beat obviously changes at that point into a house beat rather than a UKG beat. So this is what it sounds like. So new things I've switched up is there is more rides added. These are just battery rides, I think. Yeah. On the offbeat. These melodic toms. That's just an accent tom. So when you hear it with the the other thing that I've added at this point, human claps, which are me, and they're again like I usually do either ahead or behind the beat. In this case, just generally behind the whole time. Some of them are on, some of them are ahead and behind in combinations and everything like that. So yeah, I like to do that with my claps. That would just me clicking like that. Yeah, just varying it out makes it sound very human. And then there's a tambourine also. Well, it's more like a click. That's just there to like help make the claps really pop. It's layered behind all these other ones. And here's the clicks. It's everything together. So the only other thing that's new in this point is these little chords. Again, that's just the chord trigger on a sine wave and the sampler with a little bit of modulation on the LFO, on the pitch. I will do it, you can hear it. Such a nice sound, so easy, so classic. So that plays thus. And that's all the elements that make up the drop.
I'm addicted to the things you do. Girl, I'm obsessed with you. I never wanna leave your side.
Okay, so it's a vibe. First, the two things that change at this point is this cool little Rhodes B3 combo. Again, I'm using the chord trigger here. This is what the MIDI looks like because it's kind of cool. So one of this is B3. Just a classic Contact tone wheel B3. I love this. This is like one of the presets I start my writing with and end up never changing. It's just it sounds so classic. I believe the Mark 1. Yeah, the Scarby Mark 1. So you'll notice one here on the corner is panned right and the other one's panned left 8. So together they just create a nice, still in the center, but like a nice sort of triangle. So that with everything else is kind of a vibe. We got the vocals coming in.
I'm addicted to the things you do. Girl, I'm obsessed with you. I never wanna leave your side. I can't deny this feeling. You got me living in a fantasy, wilder than my wildest dreams. Every time I see you smile, I feel my soul healing.
So this is the main lead.
I'm addicted to the things you do.
So then this is like, I believe, just like for mix effect. It's kind of cool. You can't really hear it, but it adds something And that's got a pitch wheel, up an octave but down timbre. Yeah, up an octave, down timbre. And then I've put a bunch of sample delay on it. Yeah, so that behind the lead, you can't really hear it.
I'm addicted to the things you do.
But it's in there, and it's using the same take, and it's doing something pleasing. So that's why it's in there. And then these, I believe, are just alternate takes, tracked, super quiet, left and right in the mix.
I'm addicted to the things you do. Girl, I'm obsessed with you. I never wanna leave your side. I can't deny this feeling.
Yeah, they're not great either. Yeah, and then, so this is the effect of all of them together.
I'm addicted to the things you do.
So it's really only hearing one sound, but you're hearing four.
One of them a Wally stream.
And these are just harmonies, nothing crazy about those. Vibes.
Fantasy. One of them a Wally streams. Every time I see you smile, I feel my soul healing.
There we go, into the chorus. So yeah, we're returning to that same, all the same elements as you can see from the intro beat, but we've added this vocal here.
Your love feels right. You are my life. Your love feels right. You are my life.
You are my life, you are my light. That's what it says. To get it to be, again, super dry in the drop for the final one, I turn off all the sends and delays for the final. You are my light. So the drop can be like nice and dry. But yeah, that's, there's like this reverse effect that I've made. Just a little extra cheeky cowbell there. I think that is everything. If you have any questions or suggestions, or you like this, or you hated it, let me know in the comments. Trying to post a few more of these as much as possible because my album's just coming out. If you have listened to it already, thank you so much. We hit 1 million streams across all the platforms, which is cool, very gratifying. Yeah, see you all soon.